Hello everyone, welcome back to Luis Discusses Everything. In today's video, we're going to discuss why Trump will lose in 2024. Now, I know that's a wild prediction to make given that we're 2 years away from that content. But if you've seen my older videos, there's one video in which I predicted that the most likely candidates for the general election in 2024 will be this guy right here, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden, the incumbent president. And I think that prediction is coming true since Donald Trump has decided to officially announce, and as of November 15, 2022, to run for president for a third time in this case. But I think he will lose, and there are a couple of reasons why. But the main reason is, in my opinion, is that the results of the 2022 midterm elections. You saw a resurgent Democratic Party, a party that, despite the results of the events in the negative events in the economy, they find themselves supporting the party in power, right? They are animated to go to the polls, right? And since you saw that in the 2022 midterm elections, that doesn't bode well for an individual like Trump when Trumpism itself was rejected on the ballot in the 2022 midterm elections. So what is the case for Trump, right? You could argue that, yes, the economy is still most likely headed towards a recession if you look at the economic indicators and inflation and the like. But it is also clear that that might not be the entire reason why people go out to vote, right? In 2016, you had kind of like the perfect storm in which you not only had multiple rivals running for president, right, and dividing the field, but you also had a very unpopular figure in Hillary Clinton, right? It made perfect storm, in which to channel all that anti-establishment fervor towards a candidate that was previously unknown, in this case, Donald Trump. But unfortunately for Trump, he's already known. He already has a track record. He already has a history of governance in which you can judge him by. And that is something that is going to not only drag him down during the potential primary, but also hypothetically against Biden in a 2024 matchup. This is a moment where, Biden still is unpopular, but is not as unpopular as Trump is in the eyes of most voters in the country. Take, for instance, the fact that in most recent polls you have him trailing DeSantis, him neck and neck, I guess you could say, with somebody like Pence, somebody who was his vice president, a vice presidential candidate, right? The sole reason why he had so much of the evangelical voting base in the first place was because he aligned himself with people like Pence, and yet he severed that bridge, right? He severed the Pence bridge. He is severing the bridge with Ron DeSantis and whatnot. He's not as strong of an ally for Trump, but Pence was. He severed the connection with McConnell, right? So in order for you to win a general election, presidential election, right, or general election or national election, you need a coalition. And the coalition in 2016 that he had in 2016 is just simply not there anymore. And that is evident by the results in the 2022 elections. And I'm not saying this as a partisan, right? I don't have any political affiliation whatsoever, right? I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm considering myself more of an independent. But considering the results of the 2022 election and considering the severing of ties with certain political figures that had built up his coalition in 2016 and to some extent in 2020, I just don't see how Trump is able to garner enough support to win that election. I think it could be close. I think he has a shot, but I just don't think he can win against Biden, especially with these results giving him a bit more wind up his sleeve, essentially. Now, if you asked me prior to the results of the 2022 midterm elections, I would have said, yes, that's true. I mean, there's no question that Trump will not only run again, but will win against Biden by a wide margin, right? But given the results of these midterm elections, I just, at this moment, in November 27, 2022, I just don't see that happening. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.